Hello everybody, my name is Dimebot, and this is Hitman. So, what is Hitman? Well, this is the 4th, 5th, 6th game in the Hitman series, confusingly enough titled just Hitman, because we have to reboot and restart everything these days. It's getting a little tedious trying to keep track of everything. So, a very stylish menu here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the settings and jump in. Now, I've spent some time with the beta for this game. Let's hop into the graphics. You've got your full screen mode, you've got a variety of resolutions. It goes all the way up to 2715 by 1527. You've got windowed, full screen, and exclusive full screen VSync on or off. You have your VSync interval, which I will have to look and see what this one does. I'm not entirely sure. Gamma correction, super sampling, level of detail, anti-aliasing, FXAA and SMAA, texture quality, low, normal, and high. You've got, I don't know why that was off like that. You've got anisotropic filtering, 2x, 4x, 8x, 16x, SSAO, screen space ambient inclusion on or off, shadow maps high, shadow resolution high. As might be expected, level of detail and SSAO are the things that are going to destroy your frame rate in this game. But we'll talk about that in a few minutes. For your audio, you've got an effects slider, a music slider, wow, words, not working out tonight, and a master volume. Nothing for speech, actually. Language, you can have subtitles on or off. Text language can be English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Latin America or Spain, Portuguese from Brazil, Polish, and Russian. SEM link. This is part of the always on part of the game, and it's just shown my email address. Oh well, you can get that off my YouTube channel anyways if you need to contact me, so whatever. You can see your credits. We'll talk about the online stuff in a minute. Let's go look at gameplay. Opportunities. Opportunities are things that happen in game, and they are typically special ways to complete a mission or get certain types of kills. You can set the game to let you know they're there or not. You can turn your instinct mode on or off. This is like Batman's detective vision or eagle sense, eagle vision in Assassin's Creed. There's just a lot of ways that you can customize the game here to make it as hard or as easy as you want. For the purposes of this, we're going to be playing with everything on so you can get a look at it all, but I like that they've given you these customization options. You can really tailor the way you want to approach the game. You've got invert your X and Y axis, vibration, fast target, aim assist, and then restore to defaults. And oddly enough, there's not actually a schematic of the controller right here. Mouse and keyboard. You can invert your mouse sensitivity. You can invert your mouse Y, you can change your sensitivity. I have not noticed it doing mouse acceleration yet, but I do use a Razer mouse where I can change the sensitivity on the fly, so I don't notice that as much as some people. And your key bindings. You can rebind everything, and everything has a secondary binding, so this is great. That's pretty much it for the options menu. There's a few things missing. There's no colorblind options, which would have been great in a game like this. You can't really see the controller bindings here. Just a couple little things. Let's go back and look at the main menu because there was a lot of stuff there. Also, this menu system, whoever thought it was a good idea to hit page up to go back a menu or page down, needs to be, I don't know, somebody needs to do something to them. So, we're going to talk a little bit about the business model of this game once we jump in, but you'll notice there's only two things available here for a brand new game. The Prologue, which is the ICA facility, and France. Here's your story recap. You can see the missions I've already completed. These two were part of the beta. And then, oh, this was as well. And then here's the first real mission. You have contracts, which are challenges you can pick up, basically. You have, here are your challenges for, I've done 11 here, there's 72 here. Here's your masteries. All these are progression type systems in the game. I have not put out any contracts. You can create your own custom contracts. Oh my god, this menu system is going to drive me nuts. Here are the weapons I have available. SMGs, pistols, assault rifles, shotguns, melee. Your gear, the pale duck, which is actually explosive. Distractions, tools, poisons. And the duck is kind of an example of this game doesn't always take itself seriously, which I find to be really helpful. These menus, there's really nothing more I could complain about than the menus. Like, I could complain all day and all night about how awful the menu system for this game is. It's garbage. All right. Featured. There are also, and I don't see them right now. Where'd they go? Aha, there they are. There are escalations. So the escalations are a type of challenge. They play them, and each time you do them, they add a new challenge, level 1 through 5, and they usually are not that hard from playing through some stuff earlier, but they're going to, on level 5, task you with something really, really insane. But let's jump into the game, and we'll talk about the always-on connectivity. We'll talk about the business model, and we'll talk about the actual game itself. So here's a couple objectives right here. These are our two targets, Victor Novikov and Dalia Margolis. We can eliminate them using any weapon or any disguise. We'll take a tuxedo. Can we smuggle an item in? No, I don't want to do that. These are things that you can place to help you. Let's go ahead and play. So let's talk about the always-on functionality of this game first. When you first load it up, it'll tell you that to experience the optimal Hitman experience, the game requires you to always be online, and that the save files between offline and online are not interchangeable, so to be sure you know which mode you're in when you're playing. Here's the problem. For most of the day-to-day, the servers haven't been online, so you couldn't play the bloody game. Basically, this is a single-player game. Having it required to be always online amounts to DRM. It's absolutely ludicrous.
Welcome to Paris 47. The show is just about to start. This is the red carpet event of the season, and the guest list is a veritable who's who of the global fashion elite. You will find Victor Novikov basking in the spotlight, while Dalia Margolis hosts the heavily guarded auction on the second floor for a group of Iago's top customers.
So, we are being infiltrated right here.
Event security will keep a watchful eye on any suspicious activity, but I trust your timeless look shall fit right in.
Right off the bat, and that was a weird audio cut, you'll notice that the game looks pretty good. You'll also notice some stuttering. The game does not run well in large open areas, but we'll talk about that later. Has some nice water effects. The other thing that the game does is it generates large crowds, but there's not a huge amount of diversity in some of the character models. You would have noticed if you looked on the left as it panned down over that red carpet, there were 3 identical gentlemen wearing the exact same suit standing on the left right there. But it does generate an impressive density of crowds.
That is Victor Novikov, head of Sanguine and ringleader.
That's our target right there.
Quite the resume.
So, Hitman games are about stealth. They're about going unnoticed and finding, wow, that hair. About finding a way to take out your target, a creative way, a stealthy way, and getting out. And they give you a lot of tools to do that. And a lot of times in Hitman, you can stand around and pick up some information by listening to conversations. Typically don't want to be seen by somebody that would, let's say that you're a security guard. You don't want to be seen by other security guards because they're going to figure out that you're not one of them. So a large part of the game is going to be navigating the areas.
Sir?
Figuring out where you can and can't go, and how you want to get in there. So for example, right here we have the red carpet. And there's some truly immersive stuff here. The world goes on without you. These things are going to play out. Now we're not going to be able to get back there right now. What we need to do is potentially find a guard and take him down, because we need to take down both targets, both the gentleman down here and the woman that's up top on the upper floor, actually, having the auction. So we're just going to have a quick scope around now. We could conceivably poison somebody's drink here, but I don't see any actual benefit to it. Let's take a look at our inventory. We've got our fiber wire, our coin. So one thing we could potentially do here, I'm not sure if it'll actually help though, because you definitely don't want to get caught. Let's go take a look at this guard right here. Yeah, he's not going to fall for that. So the coin can be used as a distraction. That was very iffy. Now here's the models strutting it on the runway. And notice the game saving there. It does that. It saves often.
But I don't do compromises. Oh, now get on that stage. We're so hungry.
I don't know what it is. It just seems, everything just seems off.
Let's see if we can take this guy down.
About the fashioning.
So I think this guy is part of the crew. He is.
Honey, love the hair.
So you can take people's disguises, and we're gonna ditch his body real quick. And I think we'll take the scissors that I just saw. And what's over here? Nah, we don't want to break through the glass. So, there's Victor. We are now disguised as part of the crew here, so we are a stylist.
What a gentleman.
I dare say things could be sped up, don't you agree?
What I would like to do is find a place where I can blend in.
Well, at least
Unfortunately, there's not a spot like that right here. However, I can keep an eye on my target right here. Nah, I need to move because he likely will know the stylists.
You look good at just about anything. Contestants, straitjackets, you name it.
Aw. Look, I gotta run. But I'll see you later, okay?
So you notice there's lots of things going on in the background. You have to be careful about bumping into people as well. This is a game that definitely rewards you paying attention to what people are doing.
Dahlia, how are things on your end?
Is there a wrench around here somewhere? So part of the thing I love about this game, and something they've done very well in this iteration, is to make you look around the environment. No wrench.
It's time to bury the past. I understand. I know it is a lot of money. Look, we can argue about this later. I've got a show to run.
Too many security guards in there. You have to pick your opportunities very, very carefully. So this is a slower paced game than, say, an Assassin's Creed. Going in, guns blazing, you're not going to live very long. It's gonna get you killed. Very svelte there, Agent 47. Oops. Did he just go in the bathroom? No. He went in here.
Jesus, where are my...
You shouldn't be here.
And we were just found trespassing.
Hey, what is it?
So what I'm gonna try to do is get away from here because they're looking for me.
You, yes, darling. Over here. Come on, let's go. Yes, Sebastian. Still ranks somewhere. I did. Oh no. Oh my God. No. Oh God.
Let's see.
Man, I wish I had that job.
Some kind of man makeup on helmet.
Fine.
I know I look
Okay, sorry,
fine,
man.
but he's like...
So here's an opportunity. This is actually very fortuitous.
I can't believe he's actually here, you know, like in the same room as us.
According to our intel, Helmut Kruger is friendly with Dahlia Margolis. I suspect that Iago uses fashion models to infiltrate the lives of the rich and powerful, and Kruger is likely one of their spies. His face paint conveniently obscures his features, and the two of you already share a striking resemblance.
Helmut Kruger's been my role model since college.
So let's take a look at this.
So, if he kisses your hand, will you ever wash it again?
Sir.
Yeah, I saw you blush earlier when you put on his makeup.
So one of the things that I've noticed, and you may have heard it as you're watching, is there's only a certain amount of flavor text that they've been able to put into the game. So you're going to hear some of the same things over and over again as you walk through these missions. And if you replay them multiple times for the various challenges, you're going to hear them even more.
What are you? What the hell is that about? A makeup artist or something?
That's probably
Whatever, man. You'd have to shoot me to get through here. Get out of here.
Ah, here we go.
Oh, hell no. Oh, you're making me blush. Okay. Hey, give me that pose you did in the Jordan Cross video. You know, the black and white one with the ultra slow motion. Oh, yeah. That's it. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Beautiful.
Nobody apparently seems to notice this, which is kind of at odds. Get a nice look at some of the light beam effects they have here and the cover changing system. Where are you going, Helmet? So she's going to go hang out right there. I am going to go see if I can become Helmet Krieger. Nobody apparently seems to notice this or find it odd. So much for Helmet Krieger.
Helmut Kruger. Wow, you're handsome. Like a pretty girl.
And now I am Helmet Krieger, so this is going to make it a lot easier for us to get upstairs. There's our target up there. And actually, I believe we could scale the wall right here if we wanted to. I'm not quite sure. So that gives you some options to climb around and infiltrate that way, so we're definitely going to give that a shot. It might strike people as a little odd if I just come walking in off the balcony, but hey, whatever. It's a video game, right?
Look at that idiot showing off. Huh, anybody could do that.
What are you doing up there?
So the interesting thing is, because I'm Helmet Krieger, people are just thinking I'm showing off.
Hey, get down from there.
See, that's it. That's the extent of it. It's a little ridiculous.
That is Dahlia Margolis, supermodel turned spy master. You're in. Good work. So this is the auction of secrets.
Power and knowledge shape the face of the planet. Happy bidding.
So, the question now becomes, how do we go ahead and eliminate her? I would like to use the fiber wire.
Ladies and gentlemen, please place your anonymous bids on the tablets in front of you, which also contain detailed descriptions of every item on sale. Now, let us get started. The first article, a drug-related
Mr. Kruger, let me know if you need new bodyguards. Okay?
So because everybody thinks I'm Helmet Krieger, I'm able to pass through these areas very easily. So, finding the right disguise.
Poe, how is your father?
He is the
Always
sun and the
important.
moon, Miss Marple.
Always important.
He does not complain.
Now, let's talk about the business model of
Listen,
this
I
game
am
while I
convinced
finish this
you might
off,
find it
because
interesting.
it's something that people are going to have a
List.
problem with.
Courtesy of
So,
MI6.
this game was originally
meaning to
promised
ask
as a full $60 release, and you can still buy it as a full $60 release on Steam.
What is
However,
your trick?
you only get the prologue
Oh,
and this first
you know how it
mission,
is with magic
and then you will get the
tricks.
season pass, where they are bringing
The
out
answer is
2 additional
always a
missions
red
in
But
May
if you
and
don't tell us your
June,
secret,
and then
how
some
can we
additional
know you're
DLC
not
towards the
the
end of the
same?
year. You can buy
You
each
don't.
episode
You just have to
individually,
ask
or you
yourself
can
whether
buy
the
the season
benefits I
pass.
provide outweigh
Now,
the damage I might
This
have
is
caused.
stupid. This is a game, a Hitman game, and it's generally a game that should be experienced from beginning to end, and not having to wait for what is essentially episodic content. So I have to wonder how many people are going to play this game and then just not care after they finish the first episode. Because personally for me, you know, unless the challenges and the escalation mode and the others is enough to keep me going, I'm not gonna maybe necessarily come back to this game right away when the other episodes are released. So
could you please leave? I'm busy.
oh, okay.
Mr. Kruger, sir.
She doesn't seem to like me. How unfortunate. Let's just blend in for a second. It actually won't let me blend in as a waiter.
Mr. Kruger.
Well. What's she gonna do next? So put myself in a relatively bad situation with this right here, but I think what we can do if we want is actually... No, not quite.
Ms. Martinez, I hear our last deal paid off.
My employers are very pleased. Because of your intel,
No poison in my inventory.
The Delgado cartel has been restored. Our
Well, we'll just wait and see.
Well,
So this is what I meant about the game being a little slow-paced. But as for the business model again, I don't know that they did themselves any favors by making it episodic. I think that it would have been much better if they had delayed the game and had it come out as a full $60 release with a full campaign, fully featured, ready to go, full story behind it. They've chosen not to done that, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Good news.
I do enjoy this game. I think it looks fairly good. It's certainly not the most beautiful game I've ever seen, but it's not ugly either. It plays pretty well,
You mean there were two types
and
of
it's a lot of fun to manipulate the environment, to manipulate the AI and the other characters, and to kill people in interesting ways. I've poisoned a guy, planted an explosive in the toilet I knew he was going to go throw up in, and then blown it up in his face when he went to puke. We're just gonna kill her. I'm tired of dealing with this.
That's it.
This is why you don't go loud. But I've also forced a man to pull an ejector seat of a jet in a hangar when he didn't know it was active and killed him that way. So there's a lot of things you can do with this game. A lot of ways to interact with the environment, a lot of ways to kill people, and some of the stuff is actually pretty fun to do. So I think it's a pretty interesting game. I think that it's going to have a lot of problems with its chosen business model, because I think people honestly are going to lose interest in it, and that's
Welcome to Paris.
pretty much a shame, because there's a lot of potential here. It's a fun game. It's worth a look if you just want to pick up the first episode. You can figure out if you're going to like it within the first 20 minutes or so. If you don't, you can always get a Steam refund, but if you do like it and you think you can remember to play the various episodes when they come out, give it a look. After all, it's a Hitman game. It does a lot of things that the old Hitman games did right. It's open world. It allows you to approach missions in a variety of ways.
Ooh, after party at Sato's
But it
Hotel.
doesn't take itself too seriously sometimes, and it has some very interesting level design so far. So,
There he is.
definitely enjoy. Alright guys, that's going to do it for Hitman. So much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, hit subscribe if you didn't like the video because you don't like the fact that I didn't go in guns blazing and you really just wanted me to murder everybody with an AK-47.
Man,
Well,
I wish
feel
I
free
had
to
that
hit
job.
dislike. My name is Dinebot. I'll see you next time.
I know I look.
Like what you saw? Click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Or click on one of these other videos.